Here.
Here.
Do you have any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of July 6th and July 13th, 2017.
I recommend that we defer the reading of July 6th minutes and recommend we accept the reading of July 13th minutes.
I concur. Item A, bid opening, Birch Place, Birch Avenue, 102nd Place lighting. We have 3 bids. The first one is from Hawk Enterprises, 1850 East North Street, Crown Point, Indiana, 46307. Because it's taped. We have their bid bond. Their non-collusion affidavit, and their Form 96. And their bid is $163,199.10. The next bid is from TGB Unlimited, 25020 State Road 2, South Bend, Indiana. And we have their bid bond, their non-collusion affidavit, and their Form 96. And their bid is $170,082.92. Last bid is from Midwestern Electric, 1620 East Chicago Avenue, East Chicago, Indiana. They have their bid bond, their non-collusion affidavit, and their Form 96. And their bid is $174,497.37. I'll entertain a motion to submit to the engineering department for recommendation, or tabulation or recommendation.
I recommend that we submit these to engineering for recommendation and tabulation.
I concur. Item B, request for advertising dates of August 24th, 2017 and August 31st, 2017, with a bid opening date of September 14th, 2017 for the demolition of 3233 173rd Street, 6116 Alexander Avenue, 1016 Ames Street, 31 through 33 Carroll Street, front and rear, 245 Conkey Street, 936 Conkey Street, 2 parcels, 474 through 478 Fayette Street, 2 parcels, 3006 Kenwood Street, 7616 Linden Avenue, 813 Logan Street, 829 through 31 May Street, 7520 Monroe Avenue, garage only, 2064 through 2102 Sherman Street, environmentally contaminated. Contact the City of Hammond Environmental Department before bidding. 1140 Wilcox Street, 624 Willow Court, 5438 7444 through 48 Sibley Street, corner building, 5450 Calumet Avenue, and 5458 through 60 Calumet Avenue.
I recommend that we approve the request for these advertising dates.
I concur. Item C, bid recommendation received from First Group Engineer, Inc. for the Hammond Lighting 2017 project, 173rd Street, 170th Street, and Jefferson Avenue.
I recommend we approve the bid for Hawk Enterprises.
I concur. Item D, supplemental agreement number 1 with Beam Longest Enough LLC for design engineering services for the new pedestrian bridge over Calumet Avenue and Conkey Street.
Anything we need to know, Dean?
Supplement to their existing contract for lighting that was not part of their original scope.
So this is above and beyond?
Yeah, we're adding lighting to the bridge.
Is there a funding source?
I thought it was Mayor's Gaming.
And we need a sheet from Mayor's Gaming.
Okay. I thought that got approved at a previous meeting, like last week.
Oh, it may have.
I'd like to have it together.
Right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. I recommend we approve the supplemental agreement with,
I concur. Item E, notice of violation hearing on property located 1204 Lakeview Avenue.
Good morning. Gary Matthews was here. We did have some discussion with him. We are close to reaching an agreement, and I'm requesting that this be continued to September 28th, 2017.
recommend we set over till September the 28th, 2017.
I concur. Item F, demolition hearing on property located at 219 Russell Street.
I know there's an attorney here. Oh, there he is. Okay, there he is. Just for the board's clarification, this is a property that was originally set for a demolition hearing back on July the 13th. Council entered on behalf of the owner, which is a corporation, and requested a continuance. It was set for today. I'm not sure if Attorney Decker wishes to say anything about the property. I do have photographs that I'm going to show him. There's been no power in the building since 2012, so that's 5 years. The weeds have overgrown. It's constantly boarded up because vagrants are getting into it. There's trash all over the place. The bricks are falling off. The glass is broken. And so I'd like to hear what their plans are for rehabilitating the property, or if they have some other ideas for the property. But the problem right now is it's coming up on winter, and we keep having people get inside.
If I may add, every time this place is broken into, it takes these two officers and a dog to go every floor, every room, and check and make sure nobody's in this building. And it's happened to me half a dozen times. It's 2 hours.
Just across from the courthouse, right?
Yeah, right by Russell Street. Yeah, that's what I said. I wanted to let him look at the photographs. Did you have a chance to look at the photographs?
No, just.
Okay, but I mean, is that what the condition of the property is? Do you have different photographs?
I just thought you know.
Okay, so those are two completely separate processes. This is the Board of Safety.
That's what it is. They say that was. Two buildings there.
Ready to go. Is it?
Yeah, for the record, Dan Nagel, N-A-G-L-E.
Okay, and you're
I'm one of the owners of the corporation.
And I showed you those photographs, and you do not disagree that that is the condition of the property today?
Say it again, please, I'm sorry.
The photographs I showed you, do those truly and accurately depict the condition of the property?
I'm sure that, if they're recent, I'm sure they do.
Okay.
Gentlemen, what is the intent for the property?
Ma'am, my name is Adam Decker, and I'm an attorney for Pima, Indiana, the owner. At this point, it's my understanding that the two buildings, 219 Russell Street, and the building to which it's connected, which is located on the corner, which has, I believe it's 5925 Hammond Avenue address, are interconnected in such a way that it may provide a practical impediment to the demolition of one of the buildings if both of them are not being considered for purposes of the demolition. And I don't think that's the case. I think the focus of the hearing today is simply 219 Russell Street. Correct. At this time, my client is involved in discussions with other departments with the city of Hammond about addressing the matter. And that basic objective, I think, involves demolition of that 219 Russell Street. Now, again, I don't know, I've not received any bids. We've not looked into it any further than having these discussions. But I think at this point, it's not my client's intent to rehabilitate the building. They don't intend to spend money and have tenants in the building. They did do that with the adjacent property on Hammond Avenue. There's currently a tenant, Work One, that is occupying about 11,000 square feet of space in that building currently and paying rent to my client. So if the immediate concern of the city is to prevent access, if there are, in fact, there's evidence of persons that are somehow accessing the building, I think that could be could be addressed relatively soon by simply boarding up or working with the city to prevent any future access to the building by anybody that is trespassing or seeking access.
It appears the city has boarded it up, and they've tried to prevent people from accessing it, but people are continuing to do so because it's an abandoned building that's been sitting vacant for several years. So I believe the issue that we have before us is whether or not we are going to demolish or you are going to demolish.
May I respond?
Yes.
Please. And for the record, my name is Dan Nagel. I'm one of the owners of the corporation. And my son Jim has been doing most of the talking with your department. And I just talked to him. He said he was talking to Bill Italian. Is that
Yes.
the name? He said that they had the city wanted to buy the building and tear it down. And that's what I thought was happening. So when he said we have a problem with the repair and so forth on, that can be fixed, but we didn't want to do it if the city is going to buy it and tear it down. And he said that they had, and here's what you're getting from him to you, is that they had an offer, the city has something like $600,000 from the government to tear it down. I don't know if it's correct or not, but that's what he told me. So that's why we basically have done nothing with it. I mean, and we acquired the building, the party we owned before was the Hammond Development Corporation. They didn't want it, so they just turned it over to us. So we paid like $200,000 for it. Again, I'm not sure that's the figure, but who's something like that. So that's the background of the acquisition.
So you are in the process of working with the city to possibly acquire it through the redevelopment corporation or commission?
I'm sorry, I should have.
No, it's the redevelopment commission would be where Phil would have been negotiating from, but,
I just talked to Jim a few minutes ago.
okay.
And he said that he was supposed to meet with Phil and they didn't meet or something like that, so that's all I can tell you.
And in its current state, you have no interest in rehabbing that property?
Well, again, what is the most economic and the most feasible thing to do? I mean, if, we can put in, I'll say $1, why not do that and go ahead and spend all kinds of money and tear it down? And,
Well, that's where we're kind of at this point, sir. We're putting it on the demolition list because we've had repeat break-ins and it's been vacant for some time. And while we might have some negotiations going on with another department, if the end goal is to knock it down, we need to know whether or not we need to put it on our list and knock it down ourselves, or you're intending to do it yourself, or you want to rehab it, you want to sell it.
well, we want to sell it, and what Jim told me, he said that the offer to tear it down that you had for $600,000, he said, that's way out of line, and I can't argue with that, I can't agree with it, but I have no idea what raising the building to that size would cost.
I don't have anything to let any deal with redevelopment. The only issue before this board is we have a property that's been vacant for 5 years. Anybody who's wanted to deal with this property in any other manner has had ample time to do so. My concern now is we have winter coming up, somebody's gonna get in there, somebody's gonna start a fire, somebody's gonna get killed. And then it'll be, why didn't the city do anything about it? They knew there was a vacant building in the middle of downtown Hammond. So I'm just asking that the board enter an order to demolish. Takes us 60 days to bid it out. It would take us probably another 60 days to even get anybody out there to demolish it. In the meantime, if there has been some sort of discussions, they can take place outside of these proceedings. But right now, the only issue before the board is this a vacant, unsafe building that's been in its present condition for 5 years, in the heart of the downtown area, right by the courthouse.
So it's currently not on a demo list?
No, it is.
It is.
This would be
It
the
is.
approval
It has
to-
been, right?
This was set for July. I believe
Okay,
the notices
okay.
were mailed out. The notices for the demolition were mailed out June 19th. So from June 19th to August 10th, there could have been some negotiations or discussions. But, you know, if those fail, we're just not going to let the building sit there forever for what might have been.
So as you've heard today, it typically takes us from the point when we approve it to be on the demolition list. It usually takes, it's okay. It usually takes us from the point that we put this on the demolition list and have it set today at hearing 3 to 4 months before that building is actually down.
Well, what I would like to do, I mean, if the building's gonna be sold, obviously I don't wanna put money into, to fix it. I should, no question, I have put money in, will put money in to secure it so, order, street people can't get in or whatever it is. But I don't want to, you know, all of a sudden, so, okay, fine, here it is, we can fix it up, you know, for a nominal amount. I would have basically, have the architect, I have to redo an architect to go through and say, well, here's what you need to do to fix it up and so forth and put it back on the market. So that's basically what it is, and I will admit that we have plans, I'm not trying to cover myself in any regard whatsoever.
Well, and what we're saying today is that if we were to put it on the demo list, it would be 3 to 4 months before the building actually gets knocked down. So within that time, if you have an architect walk through there and you decide it's worth rehabbing and you want to enter into a rehabilitation agreement with the city, you can come and speak with our city attorney and our code department, building department about that. However, if we don't enter that now and 3 months passes and you decide it's not worth it, then we're stuck in a position of starting all over again and we're in the middle of winter when we can't knock down a building. I mean, your attorney's here for you, so I mean, if he,
What she's basically saying is it's time to fish or cut bait. So we are going to enter the demolition order and you are going to fish or cut bait. You're going to either sell it or you're
Well,
going to fix it, you're going to do something.
If the order is entered today.
yes.
And so therefore, the board would solicit bids for demolition.
Correct, and you'll get another notice of that.
Would the board then set it for hearing at a point to open the bids, as I heard earlier this morning? So there'd be
Yes.
another hearing opportunity.
Yes.
Would my client then be permitted to address the board at that point in time?
You can come
Absolutely.
every
You can come
Thursday.
whenever you want.
However,
If there has been progress made in one direction or another, you can always notify us to let us know what's going on and we'll take it up at that point. Yes.
I'm a lawyer, and the one thing I've always hated is when my client speaks. So I'm kind of I would like to just continue this for a period, say a couple of weeks, you know, to let us, you know, have the architect go through and so forth on it. And I don't think that a couple of weeks would make any difference and so forth on it. In the meantime, let my son, whoever's going to handle it, or my son-in-law, talk to Phil and see what the deal is there and so forth on it.
Sir, can I ask you why we continued it before?
It was due to both of us being unavailable to attend the hearing. I was in Seattle.
Okay.
I was in Denver in a way.
That was the request for the first meeting.
correct, but in the meantime, a month had passed and we're no closer than we were when the first hearing was set to actually deciding what we're going to do with it. That's why we're going to ask you to enter the order. At least the city will move forward, and if he wants to make up his mind what he wants to do, then that's fine. If he doesn't, then we'll just knock it down and there'll be a lien on the property.
I mean, we've certainly had an opportunity for an architect to walk through there prior to today. It's been vacant for 5 months, so.
Chris, do we have objection with entering the order and staying it for 2 weeks and they can appear at that time if they have anything?
Like I said, we're
Nothing's gonna happen.
If we enter the order today, it's still gonna have to be bid out. That'll probably be at the end of September or the beginning of October. There'll be an open bid date, just like there was for request for advertising dates on these other properties from the July hearing. And in the meantime, if something happens, we can always stop. But if nothing happens, at least we are moving forward.
We think I'm anxious on this, to some of these property, I mean, if it does take a few minutes, it's not gonna be, you know, like selling your house overnight. I mean, if it is gonna be sold, and the city's gonna buy it and so forth on, and if there are federal funds available, it will take the city, I'm sure, time to do it. So it's, I think the brief continuance would be more equitable for everybody involved.
Been dealing with this building for 5 years. Citations on a yearly basis to cut, clean the property. No response. Now, I think the only reason anything is happening is because we're going to put it on a demolition list. Continuing this for 2 weeks solves absolutely nothing. We enter into order, normal business, same procedures we use on every house, every building that we put on this demolition list, same procedures. There's absolutely no reason to continue for 2 weeks for what? Whatever they need to do in 2 weeks, they can do. We put it out for bid, we get the bids, we open the bids, we tabulate, then we award. Environmental has to be done. We've got 4 to 6 months before we get a backhoe in place to tear this place down. He's got all the time in the world to do what he needs to do, and has had 5 years to do it, something. The only reason we're here now is because it's going on the demolition list. Continuance isn't necessary. I ask that you don't grant it. If they want to accomplish something in the next 2 weeks, nothing's going to stop that. If anything, we advertise that there's bids. Can it proceed? This building is no different than any other that we put on this list that we either demolished or had rehab.
Anything else?
It's some kind of way just to stop talking and stop talking.
Okay. Okay. I recommend we move forward with the demolition. It's my belief you've got ample time to take care of whatever it is you need to take care of too. I also believe that 2-week continuance is not going to solve anything. I agree with the city in that regard.
This is the first time I've ever worked of the problems with the building. I'm not saying it wasn't sent out, but it's the first time that I did. So, now, they also will take my residence is Arizona, so that could be a problem. That is the first time that I did this.
Duly noted.
And I concur with the recommendation. And sir, if there's anything that is moving forward one way or another, you are welcome to come up here before this board at any time and give us information on that update.
Ma'am, may I ask, when will the findings and determination of the board be available for pickup? If I should be able to review that.
I could get it written today, I just need you to sign it. I never write it until after the hearing because I don't know what anybody's going to say.
Right.
Okay. I'll be here.
Okay. So in the next couple of days,
Yeah,
perhaps by
by
Monday the
tomorrow.
latest, or?
Monday the latest.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, item G, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty requesting approval of Officer Jose Velez being promoted to the rank of 3rd class patrolman, a police escort for the Marion Bike Pilgrimage, Saturday, September 2nd, 2017, and disposal authorizations. Chief's request.
I recommend we approve the chief's request.
I concur. Item H, correspondence received from Fire Chief Jeffrey Smith requesting approval of the promotion of Engineer Angel Solis to the rank of Captain Private, Thomas Ingram to the rank of Engineer, EMT P2 Matthew Matz to the rank of EMT P1, Engineer Robert Baliga to the rank of Captain Private Jeremy Pence to the rank of Engineer, Engineer Philip Kotlowski to the rank of Captain Private Ronald Johnson to the rank of Engineer, the retirements of Captain David Rangel effective August 8th, 2017, Captain Chris Cudzillo, effective July 28th, 2017, EMT 1, Ronald Rutledge, effective July 28th, 2017, and Captain Craig, how do I do that one? Koch. Effective July 11th, 2017, and the appointment of Anthony Satuki, Geraldo Guerrera, Cody Hartline, Brandon Dillis, Sylvester Davis, Alex Burdine, Aaron Arroyo to the Hammond Fire Department, retroactive to August 7th, 2017.
I recommend that we approve the fire chief's request.
I concur. Item I, correspondence received requesting a rental registration hearing. Chief, next time, one at a time. When do you want to do this one? September 7th.
Oh, I recommend we settle for September 7th.
Okay. I concur. Item J, correspondence received from Purdue University Northwest requesting permission to have outdoor music on August 18th and 19th, 2017 from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. at University Village Housing for a student move-in day.
We don't need to send that to anybody, do we? It's all on our property.
Just notification? They need streets closed?
No, they don't. It's all on their property, right?
Just for notification purposes? Okay,
All right,
thank you.
thank you.
Item K, correspondence received from the Downtown Hammond Council requesting permission to post signs for the third annual Arts on the Ave, Saturday, August 26th, 2017, at various locations in the city.
That's a good
Street
one.
closures there too?
Pardon me?
Street closures? Just post signs. We have a
Yeah,
new
but here's the-
procedure. Did this go
Yeah, I
to Sharon yet?
Now, here's the thing.
Okay. Okay, we have a new sign posting policy in the city, so I would entertain a recommendation to refer this to the mayor's office for review and recommendation.
Well, I would recommend that that's what we do.
I concur. Item I, correspondence received from the Whitings Lions Club requesting permission to hold the Battle of 119th Street Barbecue Thursday, August 17th, 2017, with street closure from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m.
That's in Hammond, or is that what? It must be Hammond, right?
That's us, right?
I recommend that we approve the street closure with the approval of streets and police department.
I concur. Item M, correspondence received from M.W. King Solomon Universal Grand Lodge, Ancient York Masons, requesting permission to hold an annual cookout on Saturday, August 26th, 2017, 11 a.m. to 8 p.m., with street closure at the corner of Maywood Avenue and Sibley Street to the alley.
I mean, I recommend we approve the street closure with the approval of streets and police department.
I concur. Item N, garage sale permits submitted for approval. Yep. Okay.
Yeah. I recommend that we approve the garage sale permits.
I concur. Item 6, oh no, double A? Or are we putting that under old business? Okay. Item 6, matters from other board members.
Chris, is this where you would like for us to order to rescind, order to demolish 5217
I
Holman?
made the agenda. I apologize. There is a property that is, go back to December 28th, 2015, when we had the slush-ageddon, and it was raining snow cones, and pieces were falling off that building.
Oh, gotcha.
And so we did on January 7th, we did an emergency hearing to to repair the pieces falling off the building. Well, now the building is going through refinancing and our order still exists. We have been paid for it. We didn't file a lien, but we have been paid for what we had to do to the property. And I would ask you to please sign that order to rescind today so that I can get it to them in time for their closing.
The panels.
Yes, the panels that fell off during slush-ageddon.
So that's just.
It's to rescind the order. The building has been, the building has changed hands. It's no longer our problem. What we had to do, we've been paid for.
So we need to rescind.
To rescind the order to repair.
Okay, I recommend that we rescind the order to repair 5217 Holman.
I concur. Any other matters from other board members? Matters from department heads or the representatives? New business. Old business, we have item AA, correspondence from Hispanics United Government Services, HUGS, requesting permission to post signs for the Mexican Independence festivities and pageant. For the board, I believe last week. And this went through the new review process for the sign postage, and it has been, we've been told it would be approved as long as the signs are posted next to the city signs as opposed to in front of behind, because we have other city functions that will be posted during that time.
Yeah, but here's. Oh, okay, got it. I recommend we approve the recommendation, or the HUGS signs for their event.
I concur. Any other old business? No? The meeting is open to the public. Good morning.
Good morning. My name is Jocelyn Peru. I am the president of the Hessville Commerce and Community Creative, local community organization working to help revitalize and beautify the Hessville community and surrounding areas. We have partnered up recently with the 6th District Councilman, Scott Rakos, and together we've been working with the city. We've met with the city controller, with the engineering department, with planning and development, and basically what we've done is we've been able to secure grant funding and funding through the councilman to replace benches that are already existing in certain parts of Hessville, including Martha and Kennedy, which is a parking lot area owned by the Hammond redevelopment group, as well as Hessville Park. We've worked with the Parks Board as well. We recently got approved to their board as well to replace some of the existing older furniture that's there. So basically I'm here today because both Scott and I were asked to come before the board to let you guys know the extent of the project, the time frame, that it would be starting this week, and that approximately, in talking to our local vendors, which is a Hammond-based company, Bernie Griziola, who's worked with the park department before, the time frame that they're giving us is hopefully through the end of August they'll be completed with getting the old planters disposed of and new planters in, as well as the new benches. So I'm here to talk about that. We also were told that this is where we would make the request for assistance. We are going to need a little bit of assistance from the streets department. I'm not sure if it's the streets department or the park department who handles this, but we do need a few of the old benches that are secured into the ground at Hessville Park to be removed. We're not sure how long they would need to do that, so obviously we work around their schedule, but our preference would be within a week or two. If those could be removed, that would be great. And then there's a couple of planters, larger planters, that are located on Kennedy Avenue, right there on the corner of Martha and Kennedy, that we would still like to stay in that vicinity, but we would like them to be moved to the, I would say, north side of the parking lot, right on the block, I guess on the street, on the sidewalk, actually. There's one planter there already, but we'd like the other two moved right next to the existing planter.
Do we need any street closures for the improvements that you're
In talking
considering?
to our vendor, we do not.
Okay.
As far as he's let us know.
And you need the benches moved before
Work can
before
actually,
you can do any work?
we
Is
can
that
actually
correct?
start work, he said, but that's why, we obviously would like, if you guys don't have the time to do it within a week or two, obviously we'll work around your schedule, but we'd prefer it because Scott and the rest of the group are planning to kind of do a ribbon cutting and everything, and so they'd like it to be prepared in time
I had
for
an
that.
opportunity to work with Ms. Prue and Councilman Rakos on this. I think it's going to be a fantastic addition to that part of town. Do you have anything in writing that you can give to us today or submit to us so we can notify the Public Works Department about the removal of the benches?
The only thing I have in writing is what I submitted online.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if I had the right email, but it was, I think, the goal law.
Do you have that with you today?
I don't have it with me today.
Can we submit that again, and that way we can
Yes.
get that over to the street department for,
Where would you
Their-
guys
their
like me
review.
to submit that? To the same email, or bring it to you guys and print it out and bring it, or?
You can just fax or email it.
Okay,
we can get you that info.
you can get me.
We'll
that.
get it after the meeting, okay?
Okay, great.
All right, thank you.
Any other questions? I'm good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else from the public wish to speak today?
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Pastor Wayne Hudson. I pastor the New Salem Baptist Church at 833 Conkey Street in Hammond. I have two requests today. One, I apologize again for the lateness of the hour. I wasn't aware of the submission in writing, but on this coming Sunday, we'd like to block off the 800 block of Conkey Street to have a back-to-school event for the youth in the community, to hand out school supplies as well as to give away hot dogs and food. And the second request is August 26th at 10 in the morning. We have a team who would like to hand out sleeping bags and toiletries to the homeless in downtown Hammond at 452 Sibley at the old bus station downtown.
Is that Dan Raven?
What's the address on that again? I'm sorry.
452 Sibley.
Is that the Dan Rabin Plaza?
It's the old bus station.
Right.
Okay, so Sunday street closure, that's going to be a quick turnaround.
26. So what is it that, are you just here to notify us about 452 Sibley? What is it that you need from us there?
I had spoke with the assistant chief just to have police presence so that we don't have any, trouble.
Okay.
So on the first request about the street closures, we're getting kind of close to Sunday.
Yes,
We
and
can
I
approve
apologize.
this tentatively and forward it to the police and street department about whether or not they'll be able to block
Sure,
off that
I
part.
understand
know
totally.
that there's other activities going on in the city at this
Sure.
this weekend, so if they'll have the manpower to do so.
I understand totally. I apologize as well.
If we could get that in writing from you before you leave.
Sure.
And also if you could submit something in writing about the August 26th
Sure.
date so we can send it to the appropriate
Sure.
parties on that one as well.
Sure. I apologize again.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So maybe we take up that one at next meeting.
26.
Yeah, we'll take that one up at the next meeting, but if we want to approve the street closure,
Okay, the 800 block of Cockney, we'll recommend the closure with PD and streets approval, at the last minute.
Sure. Thank you. I apologize again.
And 452 Sibley event, we're going to bring that up one next week and discuss that one a little further.
Okay, should I be here in person or just submit
If
the
you could
writing?
submit something in writing,
Sure.
That's
that would be helpful.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Concur.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else from the public today? No? Motion to adjourn?
Recommend we adjourn the meeting?
I concur. Thank you.